Hello everyone, welcome back to Scented Moments channel. I'm Gianmede, I hope you're all well. And in this video I want to talk about the best discoveries of 2020. This was a very tough year for obvious reasons, but in terms of fragrances, this was a very rich experience. I actually discovered a lot of fragrances. I rediscovered a lot of fragrances. I also bought a lot of fragrances. So in terms of fragrances alone was actually a very rich experience. And so I have here 12 fragrances, 6 designers and 6 niche fragrances that I consider to be the best fragrance discoveries of this year, and I will not mention them in a specific order. So without further ado, let's talk about these gems right here. And like usual, I will start with my designers. First, I have your fragrance from the house of Rochas, and the fragrance is Moustache EDP. Now this is probably the best bang for your buck in terms of fragrances. This fragrance, the quality of this fragrance, I mean, just for the presentation alone, the bottle actually is very heavy, very thick glass. The cap also is quite heavy, and I purchased this one for what, 25 euros, and for a brand new 125 ml bottle size like this. So I mean, you can't go wrong with that price, and this smells much more expensive. And actually, this is often compared with Yves Saint Laurent Tuxedo from the Le Vestiaire collection, I think it's the name. It's from the exclusive collection of Yves Saint Laurent. Actually, I don't remember how that fragrance smells like, so I can't really compare. I already did a review of this one, and this was also very well featured on my top 10 best fall fragrances. This is perfect for fall and winter time, great performance. This has a lot of benzoin. This has patchouli, this has leather, it's very peppery, has mandarin orange. It's stunning, a very masculine, very gentlemanly fragrance, and that it's sweet but not overly sweet. I think it's done to perfection. Great scent, and again, best bang for a buck of this year. It's Rochas Moustache EDP. The next fragrance that I have here is from the house of Dolce & Gabbana, and actually I very recently did a review of this one. It is The One Mysterious Night. This fragrance, guys, is the best The One flanker in my opinion, and actually I love this one. I think it's the best The One, period. Man, it's stunning. Basically, take the DNA of the Eau de Parfum version, add rose and oud. Although again, the oud here, it's very faint, and I will not even say that it's oud, but more of a resinous woodsy accord. Definitely the most prominent note here is this jammy rose, that it's done really well. And then you have labdanum, you have a very hint of tobacco, and again, very dark and resinous, mysterious. Definitely has a mysterious feel in here, but overall I think this is the best The One. When you will compare it with Eau de Toilette, which is the original, with Eau de Parfum, which I actually really love, but this one is now my favorite. Great scent. Check out my review of this one. Sadly, this is very hard to find, but if you find it, just grab it for a good price, of course, because it's definitely worth having. It's The One Mysterious Night. The next fragrance that I have here is from the house of Lalique, and this is a newcomer to my collection. This one and a fragrance from the house of Bulgari, but and I actually was choosing between this one or the Bulgari fragrance. But I ended up with this one because this one was a pure blind buy. I already knew the Bulgari fragrance, which I will be mentioning in my future video, but this one was a complete blind buy, and man, what a success. It is Lalique Hommage à l'Homme Eau de Toilette. First of all, gorgeous presentation. I love the presentation of Lalique bottles, and the scent inside, it's so unique, but at the same time it reminds me of a fragrance. So this has a lot of violet leaves, so it's very aromatic, it's very soothing, very relaxing also. This has wood, it has an official note, although I don't get much wood. Again, I get more of this resinous, dark, woodsy feel rather than wood per se. But the opening of this fragrance reminds me of MDCI Vazio Barbar, which I have and I consider to be the best barbershop fragrance. So this has that barbershopish impression, and again reminds me of that very sparkly but soothing opening of Invasion Barbar. But this one doesn't have a lot of lavender. This is definitely the main player here is violet leaves, and it creates this tea impression. And the other fragrance that kind of reminds me of is Gucci Pomme de, actually. Now, this doesn't have tea as an official note, but again, it comes across like a tea, black tea scent. But man, it's a stunning, very masculine, very gentlemanly, very elegant and sophisticated fragrance. I think this is perfect for spring and fall. I think this deserves all the attention. So this is Lalique, Hommage à l'Homme, Eau de Toilette. The next fragrance that I have here is from the house of Hermes, and it is Voyage Parfum. Very unique looking bottle. I mean, it does like that. It doesn't have a cap, so you just need to turn the bottle like this. But what really matters is the scent inside, and what a fragrance. It's very lemony, opens with a very bright, very uplifting, very realistic and natural smelling lemon. It's to die for, and then it develops into a very spicy, aromatic fragrance and ends up being a very dry, woodsy sandalwood scent. Here, for me, the most prominent notes are lemon, cardamom, and sandalwood. Cardamom here, it's very, very prominent in the heart, and quite honestly, it's the best cardamom note that I ever tried in the designer fragrance, better than La Nuit de l'Homme from Yves Saint Laurent. Here it's not sweet, it's not a sweet fragrance at all, and it's more raw, it's a more raw impression of cardamom. Stunning, stunning fragrance. The only downside of this scent is the performance. Actually, it doesn't perform all that well, despite being a parfum concentration, but actually does not last over 5 hours or 6 hours max. So it's a shame, but nonetheless, if you just want to search for a stunning scent, a citrusy, aromatic, spicy, woodsy scent, check this one out, is Voyage Parfum from Hermes. The next fragrance that I have here is from the house of Loewe, and what a hidden gem it is. It is Loewe Siete Anonimo. So Loewe is a designer Spanish brand, and this scent is the best resinous balsamic designer fragrance out there. Man, this is peppery right from the opening. It's very peppery that quickly fades away into a very incensey, resinous, leathery scent. This is all about pepper, all about frankincense, all about balsams and resins, and a heavy dose of leather. What a fantastic fragrance. This is dark, this is mysterious. This was actually featured on my top 10 best dark and mysterious fragrances because it's really dark and mysterious and very sexy, very sensual, masculine scent. I absolutely love this one. This is a hidden gem. This is an eau de parfum concentration, lasts through the entire day, projects well in the first couple of hours, leaves a nice scent trail around you. I mean, stunning, stunning scent. It's Loeve Siete Anonimo. And last but not least, from the house of Reminiscence, the fragrance is Patchouli. Gorgeous looking bottle. This is a 100 ml bottle size, and this is the best designer patchouli out there, and very affordable I bought this for 40 euros for a brand new 100 ml, so it's a great bang for your buck, high quality patchouli, and it's all about patchouli. This is my second favorite patchouli scent out there. My first, well, it's from Profumum Roma, you all know that, but this one, it's a close second. And this is very cakey, it's very earthy, it's full on patchouli. Man, it has a chocolatey feel in here. If you love patchouli, you definitely need to try this one. This is the reason why I'm not mentioning Davidoff's Zino, which was also a stunning discovery of this year. How come I just discovered Zino this year? But well, it happens, and it's a very, very affordable fragrance. Highly quality fragrance actually, but this one for me is a step above, because the patchouli here, it's done to perfection. I mean, it has a natural feel in here. It goes, I mean, if you love fragrances like Je Vois Psychedelique, if you love Profumum Roma patchouli, you will love this one. It goes in that realm of this resinous, cakey, full-on earthy, chocolatey patchouli. Done really, really well, and very affordable. Again, it's from House of Reminiscence, gorgeous presentation, is patchouli. Now let's talk about niche fragrances. And the first fragrance that I want to mention, it's from the house of Francesca Bianchi. And man, what a journey it has been to discover her fragrances. I love her work, and this one I think is still my favorite. It is Under My Skin. Under My Skin, guys, is probably the most sensual, the best animalic fragrance that I ever experienced to this day. So this has castoreum, but this has a lot of spices. It's aromatic, it's very balsamic, it's resinous, it's leathery, it's floral, has a heavy dose of carnation, and it's animalic with the castoreum. I mean, it's complex, but it's so damn sensual. I absolutely love this. This is quite intoxicating, but it's never overwhelming. Man, I absolutely love this fragrance. Under My Skin from Francesca Bianchi, it's a masterpiece. I also really love Sex and the Sea. I also love Dark Side, Sticky Fingers. I mean, you name it, it's Risk and Water, but this one, I think it's still my favorite. It's Under My Skin from Francesca Bianchi, one of the most sensual fragrances ever created, in my opinion. The next fragrance that I have here is from the house of Marc-Antoine Barrois, and it is Ganymede. What a discovery this was, Ganymede. I think it was my most worn fragrance during March and April of this year. This is so unique, it's mineral and it's salty. You have saffron and violet, which creates this leathery impression, and it's aromatic, it's aquatic, even has an aquatic nuance. It's amazing. It's signature scent worthy, it's gentlemanly, it's sophisticated, but it's very versatile, great performance, it's sparkly. I mean, I absolutely love this. I already did a review of this one, so check that review out. It's Ganymede from Marc-Antoine Barrois. The next fragrance that I have here is from the house of Profumum Roma. Of course, I needed to mention a fragrance from this fantastic house, which I absolutely love, and the fragrance is Olibanum. Olibanum, guys. I could have mentioned Sorriso, but I will mention Sorriso in another video, which I will talk about my best rediscoveries, fragrances, something like that. I could also mention Orangea. I mean, I could mention more other fragrances, Ignusa, but I will mention this one. This one is the best incense fragrance in my collection. If you're searching for a pure resinous incense fragrance, check no more. It's this one. This is all about myrrh and frankincense. and it's so good. It's so realistic. It's so soothing, so calm, and again, it literally feels like you're burning frankincense. It's how it smells like. It has like a nutty feel in here also. I love this so much. I will mention this fragrance more often now that I will be talking about more wintry fragrances. Olibanum is, when I will compare with Orangea, with Ignusa, even with Sorriso, I think this one was a fragrance that really blew my mind for how realistic it is. And it's not churchy, you know, it's not overly churchy, which I also don't enjoy that much, but it's really done to perfection. This fragrance, and again, the performance here, it's outstanding. Like all Profumum Roma fragrances, this is highly concentrated, so it will last you through the entire day and evening. Great performance, actually, so go easy on the trigger with this one. It's Olibanum from Profumum Roma, a stunning resinous incense scent. The next fragrance I have here is from also of Serge Lutens. And this fragrance, actually, I discovered this fragrance in the beginning of the year, and I was never expecting that I would be able to find a bottle for a stunning price, actually. But the fragrance is La Couche du Diable. This scent is so underrated from the house of Serge Lutens. This is all about oud and cistus, but honestly, this for me comes across resinous, warm, spicy, smoky scent, and it's quite intoxicating. This has like a fire feel, like lava. It has like a lava impression, I would even dare to say. It has like a dried fruit here, like a dried fruit impression also to sweeten things a bit, but nonetheless, this is a fantastic scent. This is a typical Serge Lutens scent, this oriental, heavy, unique scent. The only downside of this fragrance is the performance. Actually, it will not perform all that well. I mean, of course, the longevity is really good. It will last you over 8 hours easily. But in terms of projection and sillage, I mean, it really sets close to your skin. It's the only downside, but nonetheless, I think it's a stunning scent. A winner from Serge Lutens is La Couche du Diable. And it's also, like the color suggests, it's quite ambery, quite enveloping. What a fantastic fragrance. It's La Couche du Diable from Serge Lutens. The next fragrance I have here is from the house of Amouage, and it is Dia Man. Dia Man, it's an underrated fragrance from Amouage, and it's not your typical Amouage fragrance. It doesn't have any frankincense, any myrrh, any oud. I mean, it's not heavy, a heavy oriental scent like usually Amouage fragrances are. This one, it's a vetiver based scent, but a very unique vetiver. You have a heavy dose of plum right in the opening, and the plum here actually took me off guard from in the best perspective possible. The plum here is quite realistic and it's quite prominent right from the opening. It's juicy, it's sweet, not overly sweet, and this then develops into a very sophisticated, smooth, realistic vetiver. This is one of the most sophisticated fragrances, if not the most sophisticated fragrance that I smelled this year. Dia Man from Amouage, it's a hidden gem that if you are searching for a vetiver fragrance, a niche vetiver fragrance, check this one out. I mean, Sultan vetiver, I have it, and it's still the best vetiver because it's all about vetiver, but it might be too daring because it's a full-on vetiver and it's quite harsh, quite raw, bold. This one, no, this one it's more elegant, more sophisticated. It's not as raw as Sultan Vetiver, so I think this one is a great alternative if you're searching for an easy to wear, more versatile vetiver. I think this one is a must try. And in terms of performance, actually a lot of people complain about with the performance of this one, of Dia Man from Amouage, but in my opinion, and on my experience of course, I don't get any issues whatsoever in terms of performance. This will last me through the entire day. Yes, I mean, it will not project all that much, like, I mean, let's say Interlude Man, but you can't expect such a performance when you don't have heavy notes with that, just like Interlude has. So again, I think this one performs really well. Stunning fragrance, and it's a great balance with fruity sweetness and more elegant notes, just like Vetiver is. I think it's a winner from Amouage. It's a Dia Man. And last but not least, a fragrance from the house of Guerlain. Of course, I needed to mention a fragrance from the house of Guerlain, and it was quite hard to pick just one, but for the sake of this video, I will choose my latest acquisition that took me off guard. The fragrance is Gourmand Coquin from the Elixir Charnel. Man, what a stunning scent. If you love gourmand fragrances, if you love chocolate fragrances, this is the one for you. I recently did a video about my top 10 best chocolate fragrances, and of course this one was very well featured on that video. This is, man, breathtakingly amazing. If you're searching for a realistic, natural smelling chocolate, which is not overly sweet, it's like a bittersweet chocolate with rum, this is the one for you. Has a nuttiness in here, but overall I think this is one of the best chocolate fragrances, one of the best gourmand fragrances out there. It's a bit pricey, yes, but I mean, it will perform, at least on my skin. I have great performance with this one actually, and you will have one of the best gourmand fragrances ever created. It's Gourmand Coquin from Guerlain. For me, it's a pure unisex fragrance, although, I mean, you might be turned off with the bottle presentation, with the color of the liquid. But for me, this is a pure unisex scent in my opinion. You just gotta love gourmand fragrances to appreciate this one, and I think this is a winner. Stunning scent right here. It's Gourmand Coquin from Guerlain. And with this one, I finished this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me in the comments down below, what are your favorite fragrance discoveries of this year? I would love to know that. Tell me everything in the comments down below, guys. And see you in the next video. Take care. Ciao.